I think Kyrie Irving is a jackass. I have never felt like Kyrie Irving was ever a smart basketball player or even a smart man off the court. I stuck up for him with COVID-19. He could speak out for not only the people that take the shots, for the people that don't take the shots. And the man has his own beliefs and his own thoughts because he reads his damn books or he watches his stupid movies. But this story was absolutely disgraceful. When he promotes a film and a book about anti-Semitism and being so disgraceful to the public when they wanted an apology, and he would not apologize. The only time he became interested in an apology is when they suspended him, when the Nets suspended him for 5 games or more. This man went to Duke. This is also a man that thought that the earth was flat. We have followed racist things around the world. Stupid, crazy things that have happened around the world. Disgusting things have happened around the world. Black Lives Matter was a story, a revolution for Black lives. And I followed it. I absolutely believed in everything they did except kneeling to our flag. I agree with some of the things that LeBron James said. I agreed with some of the athletes around the country on what they said as well about what was going on in the world and how disgusting cops and people, what they were doing to African American people. After listening to this man, and this is a man that followed Black Lives Matter, this is a man that follows every single big story around the country because he loves to speak out, not only on social media, but on his own platform.
He literally had his own political protest last year.
When he comes out and promotes an anti-Semitic video and book, and Kanye West and Elijah Moore like it on social media, and other people like Kyrie Irving's post. And then people sticking up for Kyrie Irving, saying it's not a big deal. What a disgrace. How could you promote anything about anti-Semitic thoughts, anti-Semitic things, saying that the Holocaust never existed, that 4 million people never died, and then promote it like it means nothing? In Brooklyn, there are more fans that are Jewish that go and see the games than any race, any religion, any nationality. You're in the heart of New York, the heart of where Judaism is, and you have the audacity to promote an anti-Semitic film, book, to people that love the game of basketball. Not only has he disgraced himself, he disgraced the Nets organization, his teammates, the fans, the whole NBA. Shame on Adam Silver, because it took him a week after the complaints and the attacks from not only the press, but the fans on and off the street, the people that were interviewed by the press on and off the street, for him to actually step up and actually come out and say that he's going to sit down with Kyrie Irving. The Nets finally suspend this crazy lunatic 72 hours after he promoted this. It is absolutely disgusting that the NBA could sit here today and let this guy actually play the game of basketball. Let this guy actually make millions and millions of dollars because it's a privilege, after he would say something so disgraceful, so disrespectful to the public eye.
He said so many stupid things in the past, and this one is the worst by far. This is a matter of human rights, human history. This was the largest genocide in the world. 4 million Jews were innocently killed. You should not be able to have to discriminate. Yes, Kyrie Irving, we know that there's 3 million African Americans murdered too. We empathize for all of them, all the cultures. You don't need to single out the Jews. You don't need to single out a community that you're a part of now playing in Brooklyn. That is disgusting, disturbing behavior on your part, Kyrie Irving, and there will be nothing that I will ever endorse of you ever again. Absolutely despicable that you would say anything like that, and anybody saying, I stand with Kyrie, I'm supporting what he's doing, please, for the love of God, get help. Because that is not somebody you should be standing by. He is discriminating against human rights, ancestors, new generations of Jewish people that had their relatives get innocently killed for no reason whatsoever. This is absolutely disgraceful. You're being a hypocrite. You stand for Black Lives Matter, which is a worthy cause. But you don't need to discriminate. You don't need to single out anybody. It's very sad what happens in a lot of different cultures throughout human history. There's no need to be selective. Feel the pain, feel the sympathy for all of them. But yet, no. You just single yourself out, and now I hope you lose every endorsement you have, get suspended for the entire season.
Nike suspended him for his new shoe that was supposed to come out, the Kyrie 8. A statement from the Brooklyn Nets: over the last several days, we have made repeated repeated attempts to work with Kyrie Irving to help him understand the harm and danger of his words and actions, which began with him publicizing a film containing deeply disturbing anti-Semitic hate. We believe that taking the path of education in this challenging situation would be the right one, and thought that we had made progress with our joint commitment to eradicate hate and intolerance. We were dismayed today when giving an opportunity in a media session that Kyrie refused to say he has no anti-Semitic beliefs, nor acknowledge specific hateful material in the film. This was not the first time he had the opportunity, but failed to clarify. Such failure to disavow anti-Semitism, when given a clear opportunity to do so, is deeply disturbing, is against the values of our organization, and constitutes conduct detrimental to the team. Accordingly, we are of the view that he is currently unfit to be associated with the Brooklyn Nets. We have decided that Kyrie will serve a suspension without pay until he satisfies a series of objective remedies, measuring that address the harmful impact of the conduct, and the suspension period served is no less than 5 games. So the Brooklyn Nets speak out, finally stating what he did was absolutely disgusting. They asked him to speak out and apologize. He would not do so. It took a suspension for Kyrie Irving to go on Instagram and speak out on this. It is a disgraceful thing. For all those things that have happened over the last 2 or 3 years with Black Lives Matter, all the players, LeBron James, Kevin Durant, Draymond Green, Steph Curry, they all spoke out against everything that was going on in the world. Kyrie Irving, their peer. Why did Chris Paul not reach out to Kyrie Irving? Because he's in charge of the Players Union. Why didn't Chris Paul reach out to him and speak to him about this? This is a hate thing. Everybody talks about equality. The NBA promotes equality. The NFL, the NHL, the MLB, every big association in professional sports promotes equality. And for anybody to promote something so disgusting shows you how illiterate Kyrie Irving really is. LeBron James, shame on you. Kevin Durant trying to push this to the side like it's nothing. Are you kidding me? Hopefully we can get past this. Like it was nothing. Push it under the rug. It means nothing. Chris Paul, where are you with all this? Mr. Players Union. Steph Curry, Mr. I love to speak out. Where are you? Draymond Green, you got your own podcast. I haven't heard you say anything about this. Shout out to Charles Barkley and Shaquille O'Neal and all the people, analysts, that stand up after Kyrie Irving attacks a religion, a bunch of people that have been nothing but abused at the Holocaust. It is a disgusting film, and anybody that wants to listen to an illiterate idiot, then keep following him. The best thing to do to Kyrie Irving is unfollow him.
The best thing to do is have Elon Musk ban him from Twitter completely.
He's a disgusting person, disrespectful, and he's not even worth my time. I believe in equality. It doesn't matter what color you are. It doesn't matter what race you are. It doesn't matter what religion you are. I don't speak about religion or politics on my radio show. You know why? Because it causes wars. It causes fights. It causes people to hate you. So I don't talk about this. For anybody to think that Kyrie Irving is right or he shouldn't be attacked the way he has been attacked on social media and throughout the press, shame on you. This is a disgrace. He is a disgrace. The Brooklyn Nets as an organization are a disgrace. To bring in Ime Udoka, a guy that has not only been suspended by the Boston Celtics, but a guy that everybody has said he has reached out to numerous amount of women employees with the Boston Celtics and sent them disgusting texts. This is a man that was married, had kids. Maybe his marriage was going downhill. How could he do something like this? How could the Brooklyn Nets bring in a guy that was suspended for the season and now is the head coach of the Brooklyn Nets for the rest of the season? How could you do that in the biggest press, in the biggest city of the world?
Biggest PR nightmare right now with Kyrie Irving. Why do you want to ruffle on it further by having a hiring of a guy that's suspended, a guy that said disgusting text, abusive language we've heard from a lot of female employees? They're thinking it could be up to 5 now that they've sensed, and who knows what this investigation could conclude with that. Who says it's not going to carry over to the Nets in terms of the culture, too? Female employees with the Nets, there's plenty of them on that staff, too. I'm sure they're not happy with that. And those players, I mean, they're out of whack as it is, but still, it's not something that you could definitely say is going to transform a team culture either. Terrible Sean Marks.
It's been absolutely terrible by the Brooklyn Nets organization. The organization needs to figure out who they are as an identity. The fact that Kevin Durant can sit there and do absolutely nothing, not only with the Kyrie Irving thing, how could Kevin Durant actually promote Ime Udoka as the new head coach of this organization? I understand he likes him. I understand he was part of this organization a couple of years ago. He was working under Kenny Atkinson. A lot of people thought he was going to be the next Brooklyn Nets head coach, but the Celtics swapped right in and took him. He went all the way to the finals last year. Everybody thought, oh, wow, he's a great head coach. And then this story came out. If I was a Kyrie Irving fan, or if I actually owned a Kyrie Irving jersey, I would go out to my backyard like all the Cleveland Cavalier fans did when LeBron James picked up and left. And that wasn't even bad. He just picked up and left to play with the Miami Heat with his friends Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh. Everybody in Cleveland burned his jersey. And he went back and still won a championship for him. This is even worse. I think everybody that is a Kyrie Irving fan that owns a jersey of his should go back in their backyard, take a metal can, and burn his jersey, because he's nothing but a disgrace. He is a free agent after this year. Not only should the Brooklyn Nets not re-sign him in the offseason, I don't think any team should sign him. I don't care how talented he is. He is a horrible human being. Him, Kanye West, Elijah Moore, they're all meant to be with each other. And Elijah Moore, for all the garbage that you've been talking about the organization of the New York Jets, after how many players, Breece Hall, Elijah Veritaka get hurt, your peers get hurt, and you're selfish enough to complain that you don't touch the ball enough and then agree with Kyrie Irving's antics, shame on you. I don't want you here in New York. You don't belong here. I don't understand why anybody could think that you are a good human being. You're just a dumb kid. And Kyrie Irving, 30 years old, he's a dumb kid too. What a disgrace. A disgrace for the NBA. Adam Silver should suspend him for the season. This shouldn't be 5 games. It should be a season-long suspension. All you Brooklyn Net fans, if you have Nets tickets, I would get rid of them. And if you go to those Net games, I would boo the hell out of them. Forever. I don't want to accept his apology. His apology is not from the heart. His apology was forced upon him after he got suspended by the Brooklyn Nets.
Sounded like a half-assed kid.
It's just a disgusting, disgusting thing. There's nothing more to say about Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving and this clown of an organization. They are clowns, and that's why they are where they are. I'm not even going to waste my time following this organization anymore. It's a disgrace. It's a joke. Everybody thought that the Knicks were a complete joke of an organization ran by James Dolan. And yes, he is a racist guy. It's been proven he's been a racist guy. But nevertheless, James Dolan would never do this. James Dolan never came out and attacked anybody's race, religion. None of the players or management that's ever worked under James Dolan or part of his team or his organization ever took shots at religion and anti-Semitic views. It is a disgrace. And the New York Knicks, they lost 3 in a row. They won yesterday against the 76ers. If the season were to end, it's still early. They'd be in the playoffs. It's the beginning of the season. It's still a work in progress for the New York Knicks. And hopefully Tom Thibodeau could get some of these young players to play. Obi Toppin looks like he's becoming a really good player. They didn't trade Grimes. You see what's going on over there in Cleveland. You see the greatness of a guy named Donovan Mitchell. The NBA needs to figure this out. It's early in the season. And of course, Kyrie Irving and the Brooklyn Nets are centerfold in the clown division.
Barclays Circus.
He had the Celtics with the Udoka. Now he's with the Nets. So I'm sure the Celtics are so excited that he is gone from that organization. They didn't even get anything for him. They were like, just take him, please. It was a PR nightmare for the Boston Celtics. And the Knicks look like they're geniuses right now.
And as dysfunctional as the Knicks have been in the past, the Knicks have never had a single week as bad as what the Nets have gone through.
By the way, Jalen Brunson, he's one of the best point guards right now in the NBA. He is one of the top 5 point guards right now in the NBA. So for everybody that thought that was a bad contract, that was a fantastic contract for Leon Rose. 4 years, $104 million contract. Yep. Fantastic contract. They have control of him for 4 years. An elite point guard in the NBA. RJ Barrett, great contract. The Randall one, not so much. The Mitchell Robinson, all those contracts, great contracts, tradable contracts, if they want to rebuild this team a lot faster than anybody thinks they could. Are the Knicks a playoff team? They're a borderline playoff team. If you were a Knicks fan, you wait until next year. Try to draft some good pieces, make some moves at the trade deadline, get rid of some players. Next year, build around your talent, your youth.
And actually play them, assuming that Thibodeau's there.
Yeah, well, if they don't make the playoffs this year, he won't be.
Gone. good riddance.
But it's not about the Knicks anymore. They're not even a story anymore. They're that little ant feeder. And the Knicks are the godfathers of New York, the grandpas of New York. As the baby brother, the Brooklyn Nets have become the headlining story. If you're a Knicks fan, you should be very happy. If you're a Brooklyn Nets fan, oh well. Because I know a bunch of people that are getting rid of their tickets, season ticket holders, because of what Kyrie Irving did. So the only thing that it hurt was the Brooklyn Nets. Kyrie Irving sitting there, he thinks this is funny. He thinks this is okay. He's going to play again. He's going to get a big contract next year. If I was all 30 teams in the NBA, I'd say I won't touch that guy when he becomes a free agent.